Oh, good evening, people. Yes, this is an unscheduled live stream. I've been thrown out of sync because I think I had a 24-hour, 48-hour temperature or what have you. So I'm wide awake at this time of night. So I thought I'll do a little live, midnight live, and give you my take on YouTube gangster phenomenon. Yeah, YouTube gangster phenomenon. It's all happening, isn't it? We'll see if we've got any night owls who want to jump in the chat and that, and I'll chatter away and give you my take on YouTube gangster phenomenon. Oh yeah, it's took off, innit? Well, look at it this way: the trends has been set, innit? You know, in the dark corner of YouTube, it's all happening. I think before we get right into the YouTube gangster phenomenon, yeah, I think we'll touch on the subject about the evolution of the dark corner of YouTube. Yeah, I've got a few people looking in from outside. That's fine. You know, like some people don't like to jump into chats, etc. But that is very understandable in the dark corner of YouTube. It can get a bit toxic, and some people don't like that. Good evening. Well, it's good morning now. Now we've gone past midnight. Good morning to DJ Singies. Sorry, DJ Singies. Hope you're doing well. Doing well, DJ Singies. And good morning to Karake from the wonderful enclave of Northern Ireland, Belfast. Yes, so before I touch on the YouTube gangster phenomenon, I will talk a little bit about the evolution of the dark corner of YouTube. The evolution of the dark corner of YouTube. The evolution of the dark corner of YouTube is going through a transformation at the moment. It's gone through a transformation at the moment. I don't know if you've been keeping up to speed with it. I mean, I have a little sort of look now and again because I don't spend a lot of time on YouTube, but I do catch up on a few things in that. And what I tend to do, like with when I make sort of when I sort of give my take on things, I don't do any name dropping, on channels or whatever. But you can guess what I'm sort of talking about, reading between the lines, because it's quite obvious. Good evening to the Babe Station. Hope you're doing well there. And good evening to. Let me rephrase that to Babe Station. It's good morning now. It's past midnight. Good morning to Babe Station. Hope you're doing well there. And good morning to the one and only, the tremendous, terrific, wonderful, sensational, absolutely fabulous, beautiful, gorgeous Peggy. Good morning to you. You see the way that rolled off my tongue there? Rolled off my tongue, that because she's my super mod, isn't she? Like, keeps an eye on things in the chat and all that. But anyway, getting back, before I touch on the subject and the topic of YouTube gangster phenomenon, as I say, I'm talking a little bit about the evolution of the dark corner of YouTube. And at the moment, the dark corner of YouTube is going through a transformation, innit? Nothing remains static. Nothing remains the same. Everything is in constant change. That's on YouTube and in the world in general, in the real world. And what you've got to say about the dark corner of YouTube, that some people have got to recognise, people who are, how can I put it, products, we will say products of the dark corner of YouTube. I don't know if that's the actual right phraseology I should be using, products from the dark corner of YouTube. Well, you know how the evolution of the dark corner of YouTube all started, didn't it, way back when? And you had this concept called the roasting channels. And I've never ever, I've said many, many times before, never have I been a big fan of the concept of roasting channels, whereby channels try to entice vulnerable people, mostly with mental health issues and other problems like addictions, to drugs and alcohol, entice them to go into panels and then just start ridicule them. That's what roasting channels were all about. A bit like X-rated Jeremy Kyle show, but on YouTube. Oh, very, 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 very sad stuff. So I've never ever been a fan of roasting channels. But if you were going to talk about roasting channels, right? Some people talk about the king of the roastings, king of the roasters, we will say. Look, bear in mind, this is just a humorous. This is a humorous live tonight. Take it. It's all in fun and jest. It's not a serious live stream as such. Oh, good evening to OnlyFans. How are you doing? No, sorry. Good morning, because it's past midnight. Good morning to the OnlyFans and good morning to Joe. How are you, Joe? Good morning to you. So basically, if you were to pick, I've heard some very, very claims, yeah, claims from person or persons or person that I just have to say it because I find this absolutely funny. It is so unbelievable. It's funny. Look, you've got many claims from various people claiming to be the king of the roasting channels, the king of the roasters, if you want to use that terminology, the king of the roasters. Well, look, if you go back to the evolution at the beginning of the dark corner of YouTube, right, and right up to today, as I say, I'm not a fan of roasting channels and the actual concept of roasting. But if you're going to pick who is the king of roasters, it's obvious, isn't it? There's only one person, and I shall say the name of the one person who was the king of roasting. Nobody could get near the guy on that. I'm talking about on a panel giving what they call roasting. Roasting of people. I mean, I don't agree with it. As I say, I don't believe in the concept. But just to dispel the rumours and claims by various people that they were king of the roasters. Well, I'll tell you who I think was king of the roasters. The roasters on roasting channels, there's only one person. Yeah. And that would be Uncle K. Remember Uncle K? The guy, he was the king of the roasters. There's nobody has come after him, and there was nobody before him. He was the king of the roasters. Yeah. So any claims by any people out there that they were sort of king of the roasters, take that with a pinch of salt. As I say, there was nobody before him and nobody after him who could roast somebody on a panel. No, I don't agree with this sort of roasting channels or roasting panels and all that. But just to set the record straight, in that actual concept, there was only one person, and that was Uncle K. So the evolution of the dark corner of YouTube, way back in the days, starting around about the time Uncle K was about and all that, up to today, what you've got to see is, as time goes on, right, nothing remains the same, right? Channels come, channels go. Actually, that could be a song, couldn't it? Channels come, channels go. Here we go, channels come, channels go. No, but you get my drift. People on this dark corner of YouTube or whatever, or YouTube, right? I'm just talking about mainly the dark corner, right? They only have a limited amount of time that they are in the spotlight. They're in the spotlight, and they're the flavour of the month, if you want to call it that. And that is just how things are on YouTube and in life. Nothing remains the same. Everything is in constant change. I mean, I recognise myself, that's why I don't do really a lot on YouTube, because my time has came and gone, really, in effect. There was a time when it was quite, I'd been invested in it and all that, doing a lot of lives and all sorts of stuff. I mean, my strength, probably was doing reaction videos, and I could do reaction videos starting tomorrow. But what I find, even although the reaction videos that I did were satirical, funny, humorous, the the only way you can do them is from a negative point of view. Is negativity. So you can do a funny, humorous, satirical video, reaction video about somebody or something. It's still got in an element of negativity. That's how it goes. And for me, actually, my experiences on YouTube now are I don't go in for all that stuff. You know, the negativity. It's got to be about positivity. And that's the way to go. So all these channels, like, and people going back, going back quite a while to the Uncle K time, times of Uncle K. Well, time has past them. Up to date now, yeah. Anybody that was run about that area, they've not got the same kudos anymore. That's myself included. Any channels that were run about that time, you only have a little time when you're sort of, in the spotlight or whatever. And once that time passes, you cannot really recapture that sort of popularity or whatever you want to call it. So everybody has a little times in the spotlight, and good luck to them. But in the dark corner of YouTube, I mean, is it healthy? Is it healthy, the dark corner of YouTube? I don't really think so, but everybody has to make up their own opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, what sort of stuff they want to watch. And don't forget, when people are on YouTube, yeah, whether it be the dark corner of YouTube, they can choose. Nobody forces anybody to watch YouTube channels. You can switch them off. Like, I mean, why would anybody, if they thought they weren't getting any entertainment or enjoyment from something, why would they watch it? If you don't like a channel or whatever, you just look for some other channel or look for something else on YouTube, or watch terrestrial TV or whatever. Get yourself a hobby, go down the gym or whatever. Get some vitamin D. So anyway, this is just me touching on the evolution of the dark corner of YouTube. And what we've got now, right, I'm going to start giving you my take on YouTube, the YouTube gangster phenomenon. Well, I'm not going to do any name dropping or channel, mention channels or whatever, but look, this isn't just happened today or yesterday or whatever. This has happened a while ago. Look, I think I might have done a live stream before mentioning this, but this thing about the YouTube gangsters and gangsterism, especially the thing about doorstepping, the concept of doorstepping on YouTube. Yeah, why would anybody, right? This goes for contemporary times, right up to date. Why would anybody say that they're going to go to somebody's residence to doorstep them and record it on YouTube, whether it be a live recording or like a recording, or whether it be a live on a live stream or an actual recording of an event and then posting it on YouTube. Now, let me start by saying, in the first instance, do I think that people should be going to people's doors? No, not at all. Is there any reason why somebody could say they're entitled to go to anybody's door and actually be filming it on YouTube? Is that okay? No, I don't think so. Now, from the point of view of the YouTube gangsters, we will call them that, yeah. I'm just going to call people who do that sort of thing YouTube gangsters. It's a YouTube gangster phenomenon, isn't it? Look at me, look at me. I'm a big man. I'm a top banana. I'm a head honcho. I'm going to come around and knock on your door, to whoever it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a live stream, or I'm going to record it and I'll post it later. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come round to your door, right? Obviously with the intent of aggravation, innit? Aggravation's going to happen. If somebody says they're going to go to somebody's door, the person whose door it is, right? You do not know what they're going to do in response. So you are going there to somebody's door, and you don't know what the response is going to be, right? There could be 10 doors, right? 10 doors, and one person could say, I am going to go. I hope you can count up to 10. Right, I'm just giving you a hypothetical case study. We will pick, there's 10 doors, we will say, right? And you've got one person saying, I am going to go to these 10 doors. I am going to doorstep these 10 doors, right? One after the other, or day after day, they're going to go to the 10 doors, right? When the 10 doors open, you do not know whoever it is that is visiting these 10 doors to doorstep, what your response is going to be. Door number one, you knock on door number one, yeah? I'll give you hypothetical, yeah? A wee woman opens the door. Oh, I'm coming round here to see you, think me. I think you've got the wrong house. Door number one, yeah? Doorstep in the wrong house. What's all that about? Yeah? It's a possibility, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, 10 doors and the first one knocked on is somebody, some innocent person who's an old woman's opened the door up, going, what's going on here? You've got some YouTube gangster at an old woman's door, knocking on her door. Do you know what I mean? Like, door number two, knock, 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 knock. Nobody's answered it yet. Oh, there's a bell there. Press the bell. Ding dong, ding dong. Avon calling? No, not really. And then the door opens. There's a guy at the door, like, yeah, it's an old guy. It's an old guy. It's not a guy. It's not a guy who the person that's knocking on 10 doors has in his mind, his mind's eye, a picture. This is not a guy. So, some old boy. Oh, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? Oh, blah, blah, blah. You got the wrong door. 2 doors so far, we've got the wrong doors. Look, I'm not going to go through the whole 10 doors scenario. We'll do 2 more doors, yeah? 2 more doors, yeah? We're on to door number 3. Yeah, number 3, yeah? Knock, knock. Who's there? Door number 3, could you open up? Yeah, he's shouting through the YouTube gangsters shouting through the letterbox at door number 3. Open up the door, open up the door. Oh yeah, open that up, yeah. Yeah, door opens up. There's a guy there. It's a guy he's been looking for. Like, this guy's a skinny guy. Wee skinny guy, yeah. Looks like he could do with, let me think, sausage, bacon, egg, fried bread, baked beans, mushrooms, and True Toast. The guy looks like he could do with a good feed up. So the YouTube gangster is in his element. He reaches out to grab the skinny wee guy. The wee skinny wee guy just manages to shut the door. He just shuts the door in time. Yeah, before the YouTube gangster just claws him out. He was going to pull him outside the door. And he's bolting up his door and that. He's safe as houses, isn't he? See, the YouTube gangster thought, oh look, there's a skinny wee guy and that. I'll just pull him at the door. Then what happens next? We can only hinder a guess. I guess what was going to happen to that wee skinny guy, but this wee skinny guy who was getting doorstepped. Don't forget, this is door number 3 in the hypotheticals. Yeah, he's escaped. He's escaped to live another day. Anyway, we're going to the final door, giving you an example. Door number 4. Yeah. Door number 4, the YouTube gangster. The YouTube gangster, yeah. From the dark corner of YouTube goes up to door number 4. It's got a bell. He just presses the bell. Ding dong. It's one of these things, one of the doorstep bells or something. I don't know if that's the name of it, doorstep bell. Oh, let me say good evening to good morning to some people in the chat. Who have we got there? Good morning to the OnlyFans. I'm not really looking at the chat, so if I've missed anybody there, good afternoon, not good afternoon, good morning. Good morning to Tony Beasley. Good afternoon, sir. Hope you're well. Okay, I think I've caught up with you, with the people. We haven't got a lot of people in the chat, but it's late at night, so we're not worried. So basically, we're now on to door number 4. As I say, this is the same guy that's visited the other 3 doors, isn't he? The first door was an old woman, that was a wrong address. The second door was an old guy, that was another wrong address. Number 3 was one of the targets, but the wee skinny guy, yeah, who looks like he needed a good feed up. He made his escape by slamming the door shut before he could be hooked at the door. Hooked at the door, is that a good word? So he escaped, and now I've got the YouTube gangster number. YouTube gangster onto door number 4, and he's pressed this bell thing, like a bell. I don't know what these bells are called, so if you're in the chat and you know what these bells are, the bell with the camera, you ring the bell and apparently I think you can see through the bell or whatever. It might be on a video or something like that, or on their phone. I don't know how they work, but they press a bell, like a bell thing. Good morning to the fact notification. Sticks to the facts as a matter of fact, and that is a fact. Good morning to you, sir. And basically, he rings this bell, and he hears the voice. He hears the voice because this bell, the person on the other side of the door can see the picture, who it is at the door, and he rings the door. Now, bear in mind, this YouTube gangster has only seen his target on YouTube, say, I don't know, he might even have seen a picture of him, but it might be an avatar or something like that. He might not know exactly who it is because he's only been dealing with an avatar, or he might actually know who it is because he's seen the person on a YouTube video or a live stream. So there could be a couple of scenarios there, but he's at the right door. This is one of his targets. This is final case study to give you an example, yeah? And he's knocked on the doorbell, ring doorbell. I think they can see through who's on the other side of the door, right? And he hears this voice, familiar voice, because he's heard this voice on YouTube, right? This is just me talking. This isn't anybody's particular voice. So I put out a disclaimer if anybody thinks that it's anybody's particular voice. I'm just giving you a hypothetical case study. So he rings the doorbell and he hears this voice. Sorry for laughing here. What do you want there? I'm doing a bit of dramatic license here. This is my voice. It's no copying MD or anything like that. Yeah, I'll do it with my sort of London voice, the way I talk normally. Anyway, I don't even know how I talk normally. What do you want out there? What do you want out there? The person who rang the doorbell, the doorbell, recognises the voice straight away. He knows he's got his target. He knows he's got his target, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is a morning one. Just what it is just before I won't go on a tangent, of course, but just to say it's fact notification. Yeah, I had one of these sort of, I don't know if it was 48 hours fever things, like the flu or the cold or whatever. And today I just snapped out of it. So, but yesterday I was doing a lot of sleeping and that, like, 'cause I felt right under the weather. So I'm out of sync with my sort of sleep pattern. So I thought I would do a little live because I'm all fired up at this time of night. So that's the reason why I'm doing this little live. Like, normally I wouldn't be up doing lives at this time of night. Good evening, good morning to the Benjamin from the Valleys. Hope you're well, sir. Good afternoon to the Gav B there. Gav B, hope you're doing well, sir. So anyway, getting back to number 4, door number 4. Yeah, this hypothetical case study. The YouTube gangster is doorstepping number 4 now. As I say, he's already doorstepped 3 other people. Just to update people that have just joined the chat. He's doorstepped door number 1, which was an old woman. She hasn't got a clue who he was looking for there. Wrong door. Doorstep number 2. Old guy opened the door. He's clueless. He hasn't got a clue he's looking for. First 2 doors were nobody there. What are you doing at my door? They don't know nothing about it. Door number 1, the old woman. Door number 2, the old guy. Door number 3 was one of his targets. Wee skinny guy, needed a good 3 square meals a day, like very, very skinny, and that was one of his targets. He opened the door, managed to slam it in his face and bolt it up, and made a bit of an escape. He escaped the clutches of the YouTube gangster who was trying to hook him at the door, if that's the right word. Hook him at the door, get him at the door. But luckily the wee skinny guy shut the door just before he could get hold of him, and he made a good escape there, So he's on to target number 4. Don't forget, I was going to do 10 doors, but I think 4 might be enough for the hypothetical case study. As I say, this isn't based on any particular person or that. This is, so that's my disclaimer there. So he's at door number 4, and at door number 4, he's rang one of the doorbells. The doorbell with the camera, and he's heard the voice, isn't he? What do you want there? Right? And he's looked up at the camera. You see them, their faces go up close to the camera. So the person on the other side of the door and the inside's going like that. What do you want there? What do you want there? And the YouTube gangster is in the outside of the door. I want you. I want you to come out here. Open up the door. Open up the door. Blimey hell, he got a bit vocal there, didn't he? You know what I mean? Like hitting the high notes there. I want you to open up the door. Open up the door. The guy on the inside's like that. Look, if you don't go away, if you don't go away, you're going to regret it. I know I'm doing this in a Scottish accent, but this is, I do disclaimers. This isn't based on anybody from any particular region or what have you. This is hypothetical. Yeah, and being that originally I'm Scot, like I'm sort of lapsing into the Scottish accent for dramatic purposes. Yeah, dramatic purposes. I'm sort of regressing into the I'm regressing into the. I've recovered from my flu thing now, Peggy. I just today I snapped to it, but yesterday was bad. Last night, but 20 overnight, I've really, yeah, I'm back to normal now. But just my time, my sleep patterns out of sync. But thank you very much for that, Peggy. So anyway, getting back to the to this communications between the two people. You've got a YouTube gangster on the outside of the door, talking through the doorbell camera. I think it's called Ring Doorbell, isn't it? They sound quite good, these Ring Doorbell things, especially for the dark corner of YouTube, where the sales have went through the roof, with people getting threatened with doorstepping. But anyway, this YouTube gangster's outside this particular door. This is one of his targets, number 4, because he's recognised the voice. And he's going, open up that door, you. I want to have a word with you. The person on the inside's well like that. You want to have a word with me, do you? Wee man. The person on the other side of the door on the outside's starting to think to himself, because don't forget, he's never actually met this person on the other side of the door on the inside before. He's only had communications on YouTube. Yeah, it's all been like an avatar or else maybe pictures or maybe a video, but he's never. If you see somebody on a picture or on a video or a live stream, you know I'm talking about. They're talking and that, you see them and all that, but when you see them in the reality, it's always a bit different, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I would think it'd be a bit different. So when that guy on the outside, we'll just say that he's actually seen his target on a video. He's seen his target on a video or on a live stream. He knows what he looks like and all that, right? So he's outside his target's door, and he's went, come on out there, I want to see you. I don't want to see you. Come on, get here, I want to have that word with you, I want to talk to you, and all that sort of stuff, right? The person on the other side, inside the residence, the house with the doorbell thing, looking through it, looking and says to the person on the outside, listen, wee man, do you want me to open this door? At this point, the person on the outside who says, come out, I want to see you and talk to you, when he's heard the person on the inside of a residence saying, listen, wee man, do you want me to come out there and talk to you? He started to think, hang on a minute, this guy could be about 6'6". This guy could be about 6'6". He could be, well, he could even be, look, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. He could even be 6'8", like, you know, like I know it's probably no 6'8", but I'm just giving you a sort of, within the realms of possibility, he could be he plays basketball or something. It might just be somebody that's just 6'8". Well, we'll give him, look, something that is a possibility, more of a probability. The target is 6'4". Now that's not a big probability. Do you know what I'm getting at? So this what do you call it? This thing, me jig, when that person outside the door hears about the voice saying, "Listen, wee man, do you want me to come out there?" He's thinking about that, isn't he? He's thinking about that in the back of his mind. He's thinking, hang on a minute, he's called me wee man. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's called me wee man. Because maybe the YouTube gangster, he's not particularly tall. You know, he might be just like 5', I don't know, 5'8". I mean, that's the same height as me, like. But I'm no a YouTube gangster. Yeah, I'm no a YouTube gangster. Did you like that little picture I put on the live stream? It's a werewolf, innit? Like, I used to be a YouTube gangster, but I'm all right. No. Well, I'm not any YouTube gangster, so let's keep it real here, people. Let's keep it real here, yeah. But basically, this guy on the outside of the Ring doorbell is now thinking, hang on a minute. This guy on the other side, inside the residence, my target, has said, "Do you want me to come out there, wee man? Do you want me to come out there? Do you really want me to open up this door?" That's what he's saying to the guy on the outside. "Do you really want me to open up this door?" And the guy on the outside, the YouTube gangsters, he's thought about this very, very quickly on, what do you call it? He's thought of this very, very quickly. I have to give him big kudos for thinking quickly, because he's went, he's went, "I would advise you to come out that door." He's asked, in the first instance, he says to the resident inside the residence, "Come out here, I want to work with you." And when the resident in the residence seeing him through the doorbell camera says, "Listen here, wee man, do you want me to come out there? Do you want me to come out there and have a work with you? Do you, wee man?" He's thinking, this guy might be 6'4". I'm 5'8". Average height of guys in the United Kingdom. Used to be anyway. I don't know if it still is, but 5'8" to 6'4", it's a bit of a leap, isn't it? Height wise and all that. And so the wee guy, we'll call him the wee guy on the outside of the residence, is now going like that. Do you want to come out? When has he said, "Are you coming out? Come out here, I want to have a word with you"? He's now said to the guy, like, now you know what he thinks, this guy could be 6'4". I'm in trouble here. I've got to be quick on my feet here. You sure you want to come out? Are you sure you want to come out? He's getting the guy in the big guy in the residence the option. The option of not coming out. He don't want me come out there. He don't want me come out. He don't want me come out because he thinks, what's going to happen here? Yeah, this is a little battle of psychology going on between the doorstepper, you know, the YouTube gangster outside the guy's door, and the guy in the residence. Don't forget, the guy in the residence with the doorbell camera, yeah, he might only be 5 foot. No, look, apologies, and I am not casting any aspersions on any guys out there who are 5 foot. 5 foot is 5 foot. Be proud of your height, and good, big up to people that are 5 foot. It's quite on the smaller size of heights, isn't it? But the wee guys are the sort of the ones you've got to watch out for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about their tasty little warriors. The 5 foot little warriors are very, very tasty. Good morning to the Liam Carty. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to the John Boy. John Boy's a good guy. Look, John Boy. Good morning to you. So the thing is, like, with the guy who says, look, you know, the guy in the residence went like to the YouTube gangster outside the door, you know, outside at the doorbell, through the ring doorbell, he says, do you want me to come out there, wee man? So the guy on the outside is thinking this guy could be 6'4", so he's went, do you want to come out? Do you want to come out? He's leaving the question open back to the guy on the inside of the residence, because he thinks he might be 6'4", but the guy inside the residence could be bluffing him. He could be bluffing him. He could be 5 foot. Like I say, 5 foot. He's went, listen, wee man. This is a 5 foot guy talking inside the residence. Listen, wee man, if I open that door and have to come out there, you think you're going to regret it? I think you're going to regret it. Yeah. Guy on the outside's thinking, now, he's 5'8", by the way, the guy on the outside. If the guy on the inside is actually 5 foot, he's playing a great little game here. Because he's bluffing the YouTube gangster on the outside. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's bluffing the YouTube gangster on the outside. Yeah. You see how this psychology of the YouTube gangsters, etc., etc. Let me just see what they're doing in the chat there. Yeah, try not to be in that chat. I don't really want any nasty stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really want, keep an eye on things, Peggy, because like, I think it's all sweet in the chat, but I don't want any nasty stuff on it and that. We don't listen on this channel. We don't need to do anything like that about, like, you know, other people, like nasty stuff. So just keep it like banter and what have you. Yeah, I'm not really looking at the chat, but I'm just doing this what do you call it, live stream. But I think people, like, this is just my little message to people in the chat and all that. Try and think about positivity and all that sort of stuff. You don't have to get carried away with it, you know, into all this negativity stuff and that. So yeah, that's the way we go. Yeah. So anyway, let's get back to the things. Like, so the guy in the house. Yeah. Hang on, let me have a little sip of this. Hang on. Okay, that's better. So, so the guy on the inside, the little guy at 5 foot, it's psychological warfare now, isn't it? He's wearing like that. Listen, wee man, do you want me to come out? And the guy on the outside's wearing like that. Oh, hang on a minute, he's called me a wee man. This guy could be 6'4". So he went straight back and went, do you want to come out? He's answering with a question. And the guy on the inside, yeah, don't forget, he's only 5 foot, but he's bluffing him, isn't he? He's went, do you want me to come out, wee man? Just tell me straight. And the guy on the outside's going like that. You haven't answered my first question. The guy on the inside, the wee man at 5 foot, God, I can't even remember what the first question was. Tell you the truth, I can't even remember either. the guy on the outside saying, I said to you, do you want to come out? I think the two of them don't want to get into have a rumble or whatever they were up to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've knocked Tony Beasley to sleep. Look. Tony, if you want to go to sleep some other night, just put this live stream on a thing, like, and just play it. Like, yeah. I'll know. Good night to you, Tony, anyway. Good night, Tony, yeah. We're having a laugh here, aren't we? Like, you know, you've got to have a laugh, man. Yeah. Anyway, look at this. Maybe I've got a good, I'm a holistic version to, like, getting people to sleep. People can get a good night's sleep listening to me chattering away, like. Even Peggy saying, good night, Tony. Everybody wish Tony a good night's sleep, yeah? Yeah, I've nearly knocked him to sleep there. I think Tony was one of the guys that, I think he might have liked a bit of, a bit of the boxing or something, or a bit of a punch-up. I can say from my live stream, yeah, without any physical contact or punching with boxing gloves, yeah, or bare knuckle, I think I've sort of stunned Tony with a knockout blow. He's going to go to sleep. He's going to go to sleep just by my voice alone. There you go. See the power of the power to the people, sort of thing. Like, anyway, yeah. Good night, Tony. Like, hope you have a good night's sleep, sir. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Yeah. Yeah. Hope you have a good night's sleep. So we go back, like, let's change this up a bit about this YouTube gangsterism, yeah. So basically, look, this thing about YouTube gangsters, yeah, and gangsterism. What is it with people who actually, the concept of going to people's doors, like people's doors and all that, and filming it and all that stuff. Look, as I say, this is the thing. Like, look, I don't agree with this thing about people going to anybody's doors. Like anybody's doors. I think it's absolutely crazy stuff, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, regardless of whatever the scenario, and you've got to ask yourself, like, people who go to somebody's door filming it, the person who goes to somebody's door filming it, it's like, I can't understand that. Because in the event that something happened, then that would form part of some sort of criminal case, when something happened and the police got involved at somebody's door. Subsequently, that would be sort of evidential, wouldn't it? Evidence at some sort of case or whatever. That's what I would think. Anything where something looks illegal and is taped or live streamed or whatever on YouTube is crazy. Do you know what I mean? I don't think people should be going to people's doors full stop, whether it is on camera, off camera, or whatever. I just don't think this is for YouTube, for things. If I can say this word, things happening on YouTube, and arguments and chattering and back and forth and all that. How it can escalate to off YouTube and into real what do you call it? Real circumstances is beyond me. Beyond me. Like, Uh, I mean, I know, like, I don't really want to get into people's beefs and all that, beefs. But if people had something where they were strongly, like a YouTube beef or something, right? I don't know. I don't even think it's worth. Uh, I mean, personally, myself, I wouldn't do this. But if people have a YouTube beef, I don't agree with this bare knuckle boxing. You know, the bare knuckle boxing, because it's very, very dangerous. You know, that bare knuckle boxing to settle scores. I think if anybody wanted to settle a score, like uh, a disagreement, and they wanted to do it like a duel, like an old-fashioned duel. I mean, I think the most safest way is probably in a boxing ring, innit? Like, I don't know, free, free, free 3-minute rounds of boxing. Yeah, with boxing gloves, a proper referee, and shake hands after the fight, or touch gloves or whatever. That to me is the ultimate way to settle. If people have got really deep grievances with each other, and they wanted to settle something, I would say that is the way to settle it. 3-minute rounds in a boxing ring. That's no all this thing about square goals and meet you at locations and all that sort of stuff. No, not that. It has to be in an controlled environment, in a gym. What you do is you say you've got the people like on YouTube, right, who have got grudges, on the dark corner of YouTube. This is just my sort of a take on it. I know I'm talking about YouTube Gangsters, Phenomenom, but this is sort of. I don't think this comes under YouTube Gangsters Phenomenon, but it's worth mentioning that if people's what do you call it? People, what do you call it? I'm just having a look at the chat there and all that. Okay, I hope in the chat they're not being nasty and all that, because I don't really want people to be really nasty to other people who are not in the chat or what have you. So try and keep it clean and all that or whatever, yeah. Anyway, getting back to the thing about settling grudges, yeah. Yeah, just say you've got two people, two people who have got grievances against each other, right, or whatever, and it's just back and forth. It's never ending, never ending. And the only way that the two people can see an ending, or one of the two people can see an ending, is by some sort of competition. If it's going to be a combat competition, then I would say that the bare knuckle boxing is no. That is not the correct way to do it, right? No bare knuckle boxing, no square goals, whatever that is, square goals. The only way I can see on the dark corner of YouTube a noble way to settle some sort of grievance in a combat manner would be in a proper boxing ring. Yeah, like a proper boxing ring, in a proper boxing club as well. You know what I mean? Like in a boxing gym, right? with a proper, I know I'm using the word proper here a lot, but this is what it needs. A proper referee, well, somebody who's a referee, yeah. But it's got to be under proper rules, like three 3-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds, and it's got to be proper rules, like with the boxing rules, yeah. And if there's if it gets out of hand or whatever, you could be disqualified. You know what I mean? I'm talking about proper boxing rules, yeah. And that's the way that grievance can be settled, one way or the other. At the end of the fight, if somebody had one of these 3-minute boxing fights, or whatever you call it, boxing match, yeah, 3-minute rounds. What you do is, right, two people agree. If two people agree to have the boxing match or whatever, right, it doesn't matter whereabouts the gym is. I don't think on the dark corner of YouTube, the location is not paramount or a problem, because the way I envisage how a grievance between two people can be accommodated, yeah, and resolved through a boxing match. Doesn't matter where the boxing match takes place, really. If two people agree to a boxing match and it takes place wherever it is set for, wherever it's going to take place, in whichever city or whatever, because basically when the two opponents go into box, this is all going to be proper if it was to happen. But it's just a 3-minute round boxing match with a proper referee, corner man or whatever in each corner. And at the end of the fight, they touch gloves, winner or loser, and that's it. You can't have. It's got to be a bit of sportsmanship at the end of a fight. Do you know what I mean? Like boxing match. Good evening to Garth. No evening. Good morning to Garth. How are you doing, sir? Hope all is well down in the land of Portsmouth. Good morning to Stallone Roses. As I say, look, I think personally myself that in the days of chivalry, chivalry and noble people. See all this. This is just separate from YouTube Gangsters Phenomenom. I know I've just went off on a little bit of a tangent, but this is worth talking about. Look, if you've got people on this dark corner of YouTube that have got this never ending back and forth, then the noble way, if they want to resolve it through combat, as we say, combat. You don't want anything silly like bare knuckle boxing, because that's very dangerous. Like, you know what I mean? Very dangerous. You don't want the square goes where that's just like anything goes. No, that's another no. Well, what you do is you have the free in a boxing gym, properly supervised. Nobody's going to get messed about with before or after the fight. There's going to be no shenanigans. It's an agreement, and two people will have the boxing match. They will have 3-minute rounds, boxing gloves, referee, corner people, and that's all it is. A 3-minute rounds. probably, I think, for the 3 3-minute rounds, I think you will have to have, also, you will have to have judges, like judges. I'm not talking about YouTube judges. I'm not talking about the YouTube judges from the dark corner of YouTube. I'm talking about, like, the gym. Say the gym was wherever it is. There's a gym, right? You've got to have, the club, the boxing club, the boxing gym, the gym where the boxing takes place. Yeah, it's probably a boxing club, isn't it? Like, this would all be arranged beforehand, right? That they would have, like, people that referee fights, and they will do scorecards. They will do scorecards, and this is the way that the thing goes. That is, I mean, that's the way I think it could. These things could be resolved if that's the thing it goes. You know what I mean? Like, so all that stuff about, all the stuff about, all the naughty stuff, like, bare knuckle boxing, square goes and all that. That's not the way to go. You know what I mean? Like, definitely not the way to go. See, the thing about the boxing as well is if you get people to agree to settle the grievances inside the boxing ring, yeah, you go, look, they agree a time and a date. Time. This is how it goes, right? I'll tell you how it works. Yeah, right. You agree on location. You agree, when I say location, you agree the city. You agree the boxing club. Yeah, it was going to host, where you can take the boxing match to take place, and you have a time and a date, and you agree. You've got to agree some sort of weight category. Even if it's a catch weight thing or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you can agree some sort of weight, something or other. There's people that know all about that. I'm not an expert on that side of things, but basically what you do is you agree a location, boxing club, time and date, weight category, even if it could be catch weight or whatever, and basically you've got a little bit of time to get yourself in tip-top condition. And then what happens next is you have the boxing match, right? There's going to be no, for such a thing to happen, there's going to be no shenanigans before the boxing match. This is a sporting event, and the two opponents touch gloves at the beginning of the boxing match, and at the end of it, win, lose or draw, they touch gloves. There's no hard feelings. They might still not like each other, like, anyway, but what I'm saying is they have had a bit of a dust up, a nice little boxing match, and that may resolve some of the stuff. I don't know, it may resolve some of the stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the way to go. Like, the back and forth on the what do you call it, on YouTube, week in, week out, not day in, day out, week after week, month after month. I think it's now getting on to year after year. All these things is unresolved grievances, especially when you've got people who are going back and forth with grievances about having some resolving issues via combat. Yeah. As I say, there can only be one way in my books to resolve any grievances through combat on the dark corner of YouTube. That is not dangerous. You don't want dangerous like bare knuckle boxing or square goes. That's no good either. That's too dangerous. You have to go for down the boxing route. You know, like the boxing route. 3 3-minute rounds in a proper boxing ring at a boxing club with a referee, with judges and scorecards. That is the way to go. That's the way to go, you know. Yeah. Hang on a minute. What's that now? Penguin. Penguin? What's this Penguin series? Penguin? Is Penguin from Batman or something like that? Is that? I don't know what he's on about. Penguin? That's the only penguin I know. Batman and London Zoo penguins. Aye, it was the Batman. Batman, innit? Penguin. I remember seeing the original Batman, you know, the Bruce Wayne one. I think that was the name of the actor, like. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. What do you call it? Is that Peggy going to her bed or something? Oh no, she's just saying, oh yeah, she's saying good night. Is she going to her bed, is she? Hang on a minute. I see. I think she's going to her kip. Aye, she's going to her kip. I think I'm going to wrap up the live now soon anyway, because I think I've went off what do you call it? Off key. The thing about as I say, the thing about the YouTube gangsters and the yeah, I'll say good night to Peggy in case she's had to go early. But the thing is that, like, as well, people, like, especially people in the chat and all that, try and keep things upbeat and positive. All this heavy duty, dark, toxic stuff. It's no good. It's no good for anybody. It's not good for the psyche, you know, in your mindset. It's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up. Yeah. All right. I'll say thank you very much indeed to who was there. Was everybody all good in that chat there? Because I don't want any negative stuff, really. You know what I mean? Like, especially about other people when other people were not here and they're in other channels. Because I'm not into all this thing, you know, this back and forth with people from other channels, etc. I try and keep all this stuff off here. Do you know what I mean? Like, try and keep all that sort of stuff off here, like, you know, the negative stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, she's still there, so I'll carry on for a while. Let me check out with Peggy because she keeps an eye in the chat. Are you going to be up for a wee while more? Because then I can develop this live for a bit further. I'll see what she says in the chat. See what she says. For the night owls, this is big up the night owls. I'll see what she says in the chat because some people just like listening to this thing at this time of night because I can knock them to sleep. See if she says anything in the chat. She might be doing a cup of tea or coffee or something. I don't know. Let's see what Peggy says. See if she's still there, like keeping an eye. All right, we'll keep it going for a while, right? I'll try and up the tempo. I'll up the tempo, yeah. Let me have a little sip of. Let's have a little sip of my coffee thing. Right, we're ready to go. We up the tempo, yeah. we up the tempo. Right, so basically, look, uh, let's talk a little bit about that thing about where we are on the dark corner of YouTube. Yeah, where we are on the dark corner of YouTube. Yeah, uh, there's some cracking channels. You know, like the channels. I just give a little mention to a few channels. Yeah, that are really, really on this dark corner of YouTube. As I say, look, people who have been about for quite a while on the dark corner of YouTube, yeah, our time has come and gone. Yeah, our sell by date. You know, like you know, when you get your bread, we're past our sell by date. You have your little time up in the dark corner of YouTube popularity. Now, this was before it really developed into the dark corner of YouTube, but people now who were there at that back in the days, you know, back in the days of Uncle K and all that sort of stuff. Well, we're now yesterday's chip paper. Yeah, you know, yesterday's chip paper. Nothing remains the same. People come and go, and new people come along, and I think that's a good thing, and that's just the way of the world, off YouTube and on YouTube. So people can reinvent themselves or whatever in that, and do whatever they do, but you have to accept that your time has come and passed. I'm talking about this is about loads and loads of channels, you know what I mean? But I think the channels on the dark corner of YouTube that are doing really well are the sort of channels that I'm a big fan of is the music channels. You know, like the Cindy channel. That's a cracking channel, yeah. Paul C. He's a music mixer channel. You know, Paul C. Cindy channel. Uh, the fantastic 420. You know, 420. Ah, brilliant. Funny stuff he does as well. He does music and his funny videos are they're up there. They're top quality in my book. So you've got about a handful of channels. I'm trying to think. There's another music one, and then you've got my fantastic resident musician, my fantastic resident musician, Mo from the city of Liverpool, originally Glasgow. She plays guitar and sings uh, songs. She's fantastic. I don't live streams I do. She's a fantastic musician. But as I say, on the dark corner of YouTube, there's about a handful. If I've missed any, then that is unfortunate. But the ones that hang on, excuse me. As I say, I had that flu thing the other day. That's why I'm up late tonight, because my sleep pattern was out of sync. But as I say, the ones I can mention at the moment are probably the Cindy channel, music channel. That's fantastic. Who else did I mention? Paul C from Middlesbrough. Music mixer, Paul C channel. I think Leo, is he Leo Starman, plays guitar, sings songs. He's got a good channel as well. Big up the music channels. And the fantastic 420. He does a bit of music and fantastic videos. 420 channel. These are the channels which I think are the shining lights on the dark corner of YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Like the shining lights on the dark corner of YouTube. Yeah, definitely the shining lights on the dark corner of YouTube. I don't know if it's people are. Where are we? Aye, So basically, I don't know why I started saying that, but I just thought just to inject a bit of positivity at this time of night. What time is it anyway? 1:14. 1:14 in the wee small hours of the night. The wee small hours of the night. All I can say to people is that whilst you're on this dark corner of YouTube or whatever, don't forget it's just an apt YouTube. Don't let it affect you. If you think things are getting to you or whatever, just turn it off. Turn it off. You're in control. You've got the buttons and all that. And if you don't like what you don't have to watch channels that you don't particularly like or whatever. Don't watch them because that is sort of self-inflicted. If you think you're getting hassled or whatever, you can always use you've got the tools there. You know the tools. If you think, look, oh, this is hassling me, you can block and ignore. They call that, there's a saying, block and ignore, close the door. And then you won't get your aggro from whoever's giving you aggravation. Block and ignore, close the door. You know what I mean? Like that's an easy little thing, like. And I think tomorrow I'm going to be fired up tomorrow. I'm going to have to get myself down the gym now that I've snapped out of this flu bug thing. Did you just hear me sneezing a minute ago? Yeah. Oh, I tell you what. Last night I thought, oh God, I thought I was dying. All of a sudden I had this sort of fever, you know, like the top of my napper. My forehead was burning up. But that must have been a sign that when I wakened up this morning and I felt brand new. I thought I'll just take it easy today and that. But that sort of fever thing must have been the worst of it, and then it just snapped to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that was good, a good result. So tomorrow I think I'll be going down the gym, get in the gym, do a bit of have a bit of a workout, etc. Definitely autumn is here now. You know autumn? Yeah, the weather's changed, innit? The weather's changed. Got to get the winter gear on. You know the winter gear. Pardon me, definitely. It's strange at night, isn't it? When you just everything's silent, isn't it? Everything is silent. All is quiet in the night time, isn't it? All is quiet in the night time. You don't hear any of that shouting and screaming on YouTube. Not like this shouting and screaming and all that. These people arguing back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, as I say, I don't watch a lot of this stuff and all that, but sometimes you see, like, you know, when you get these sort of panels or whatever, and they're all talking at each other. I don't know if it's a competition, a competition about who's going to talk or who talks the loudest or whatever. But it's absolute bedlam, isn't it? You know what? Absolute bedlam. It's nice to see, you know, when you just have a panel, if you do have any of these panels, and you just see the people having a conversation, you know, back and forth. I mean, how it should work on YouTube is this, like this, you know, the panels or whatever. Say you've got two people on a panel, yeah. It'd be a bit like that. Say it was me and somebody else. I'll give you an example, right? I talk, you listen. You talk, I listen. Do you get what I mean? Like, I talk, you listen. You talk, I listen. Or else it could be the other way around. It could start, you talk, I listen. I talk, you listen. Yeah, it's a two-way process. If you have 3 or 4 people on your panel, somebody's talking, they have a free listen. But sometimes on this YouTube, like they're all talking over each other, aren't they? They're all screaming and shouting and what have you. I'll tell you what is annoying as well. Like I'll tell you what is annoying. If you get somebody, if it could even be like one person, two people talking to each other on a panel, right? And one's talking, right, and that's the one one's talking, right, and the other one should be listening, right? This is how we go. One talks, one listens. Like one, we'll say two guys. Like one guy talks, the other one listens. The other guy talks, and the first guy listens. Right? It's back and forth. It's a two-way process. So in other words, to keep it simple, I talk, you listen. You talk, I listen, and back and forth. That's the way it goes. Like, but you can get somebody that goes, I talk, and while you should be listening, I talk, and you're chattering away as I'm talking. In between, and we meet. This is how it can go. Sometimes you can be talking, and somebody will be chiming in as you're talking. Do you get what I mean? Like actually talking at the same time as you. No, not in full flow, but actually umming and ahhing and oh yeah, that is very, very annoying. That is. Some people, they just can't keep their mouth shut, their trap shut. You know what I mean? Like, who's that? Liam Carty. Good morning, sir. How are you? Yeah. Hope you're well. Hope you're being good, Mr. Liam Carty. Yeah. I know they all argue with each other, don't they, on this YouTube thing? Other channels and panels and all sorts of things, but we try and keep it like on this channel, keep things nice and laid back and upbeat positivity. You know what I mean? That's the way to go in it. Like definitely the way to go, I think. As I say, like I think we when I say we, I'm talking about myself and others from round about that sort of era. We back in the days of the Uncle K and all that era. I think we're all yesterdays. We're all history. We're yesterday's chip paper. You know, in the dark corner of YouTube. Yeah, we are yesterday's chip paper. New channels come along, and they take their rightful places in the spotlight. You know what I mean? Like that's the way of the world. Nothing remains the same. Everything is in constant change, and people just have to accept that. I mean, I think it's a good thing myself. Like, you know, it just means that people who are yesterday's chip paper have to like reinvent themselves, or I don't know, do something else. You know, because nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever, especially on YouTube because it's all fast moving, isn't it? People who are the bee's knees or in the spotlight at the moment in the dark corner of YouTube, I don't know, 6 months' time or something, they'll be in ancient history. It's like YouTube time is a week on YouTube is like, say, 2 months in real time, something like that. So 6 months on YouTube is like something like about 2 years. Do you get what I mean? So there'll be all channels coming and going and changing, and people leaving and this and that, or people try to reinvent themselves, etc., etc. But it's like most of the people back from the days of the Uncle K's days and that. Yeah, you know, back in the days of the Uncle K, before the dark corner really of YouTube came into to being created, holistically created it was, they have all become yesterday's chip paper. We are, not just me, I'm talking about loads of channels, are yesterday's chip paper. We're past our sell-by dates. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why that's why you have to have a reality check. People that reminisce about times gone by. I've got to get with the program. You can't live in the past, especially on YouTube. The YouTube past is evolving every second as we speak. Every second as we speak, it's evolving, and things do not last forever. As I say, you have to accept that you are yesterday's chip paper. Do you like that one? When I say yesterday's chip paper, what I mean by that is, you know, back in the days, they used to wrap fish and chips up in newspaper and all that. So you're yesterday's news, aren't you? You're yesterday's news on the dark corner of YouTube, yeah. All the new little channels come along and they all have their time in the spotlight. And good luck to them. That's fantastic. That is what you just call evolution. The evolution is non-stop. The evolution is non-stop, and we wish all the new people and channels good luck with their endeavours. That's what I think. Good luck with their endeavours. The only thing I would say for the dark corner of YouTube is that people who are sort of viewing it and all that, don't get too wrapped up in it, don't get too invested in it, and don't confuse it with reality. All this stuff on YouTube, doorstepping and all that, well, we've seen what happens with these the YouTube gangsters, the YouTube gangster phenomenon. When people actually do that, it's shambolic, isn't it? It's crazy behaviour. Crazy behaviour, and don't you yourselves don't get involved in the idea of thinking that what is said on YouTube can be carried into the real world. That's not the way to go, and that is not a thing to be doing. Don't get mixed up with this YouTube and the real world. Yeah, keep it real. In other words, keep it real. Keep it real, and remember that you are on a social media platform. Yeah, and probably the people who are actually doing this stuff, you know, like carrying stuff into the real world, could end up in trouble, especially when they're recording themselves and all that, and streaming silly behaviour. Do you know what I mean? Like, what sort of person would actually record something like that? It's going to be crazy, isn't it? Start raving bonkers. Start raving crazy, I think. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely crazy. I think I've said that, haven't I? Yeah. I don't know if anybody's still in the chat, or I've knocked them out to sleep. See if I can get a response from anybody in the chat there. The chat's stopped moving. So I'll see if there's anybody still listening. And I've got 8 people. I don't know if they're in the chat or if they're just listening to me waffling on at the moment. I'll see if I can get a response from the chat. Is there anybody there? Knock, knock, knock. Anybody there? Peggy's still there. That's all right. Well, I'll keep chatting away. Like, uh, it's therapeutic, if I can say the word. This is therapeutic, if I can say the word. Uh, let me think what I can say. I think I'm coming near the end of the road here. I think I'm coming near the end of the road, yeah. I think what it is basically, I think I have to get a message out there that the negativity, yeah, on the dark corner of YouTube is not a good thing. You know, the negativity, I think the way to go is positivity, upbeat positivity, and that's the way to go. You know what I mean? Like, treat people how you want to be treated, especially on YouTube, you know, on live stream chats and all that. And that. If you're going to have banter or whatever, but don't become nasty and horrible. You know what I mean? Like, uh, yeah, treat people as you would like to be treated, because it's karma. If you believe in this concept of karma, how you want to be treated is how you will be treated back by karma. You know what I mean? Like, what goes around comes around. No, Joe, I do not partake in any of the smoking stuff, so but, it might sound like that, but no, I do not partake in any of smoking at all, like vapes or anything like that. I do not partake of smoking. Yeah, yeah, I would not advise, but I would say, like, people think about your smoking as well. Like, you might want to quit smoking. I'm giving you messages of positivity there. Yeah, give up smoking. That's a good idea. But yes, yeah, karma. What goes around comes around, doesn't it? Swings and roundabouts. Treat people how you want to be treated, and if you treat people well, people will treat you back well. You know what I mean? Like, good. That's the way to go. I mean, that's the philosophy I have. Uh, that's the philosophy I have chosen. What the hell? Joe's on the spliff things, I think, or something like that. But yeah, my philosophy is treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah, karma and all that sort of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I always think as well, like, if you see if you're thinking positive, like, don't get me wrong, it's human nature. You can't be positive all the time, but I would try, especially on the dark corner of YouTube and all that. I mean, I don't do it because I'm not in any of these live stream chats and all that. I don't do that stuff, you know, get involved in live stream chats and all that sort of stuff. But if you get caught up in all that sort of negativity stuff, like negativity, it's got to, over a period of time, it's got to play on your mind. It's in your psyche. You've got a negative mindset. I'm talking about all people involved in that. You know, the back and forth, the to and fro, negative. You know what I mean? It's not good for anybody. Thinking negative is not good for anybody. You know, on either sides or whatever you want to call it. Anybody that's involved in that is going to have a element of negativity in their mindset and psyche. And I don't think that's good for you in your everyday life, to have that negativity. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's good to just have, like, shed the negativity. Yeah. Cast the negativity away. That's the way to go. Get rid of the negativity out of your mindset and psyche, and you'll feel a lot better. you'll feel a lot better. Do you know what I mean? Like, uh, do you know what I mean? Like, that is it. I think that is the way to go, sort of thing. Like, 100% is the way to go. That's why I think to myself, like, there should be more peacemakers on the dark corner of YouTube. You know, like peacemakers. I mean, I would say that I'm one of the shining beacons of peace. Yeah, shining beacons of peace. A light. I'd say I am a light on the dark corner of YouTube, holding a lantern of light that omits positivity and good vibes. You know, like a lantern of positivity and good vibes. I am shining that beacon of light which omits positivity and good vibes on the dark corner of YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the way to go, that is. Yeah, the path may be dark on the dark corner of YouTube. The dark corner of YouTube, by its very name, is dark, but at least I shouldn't be the only person who is shining the beacon of light out there. There should be many more people, peacemakers. We call them peacemakers. There is room for many more peacemakers on the dark corner of YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, people have got to reach out with a hand of friendship, you know? That's what I think. Reach out and offer the hand of friendship. Like, let bygones be bygones. Yeah. The past is the past. Move on in a spirit of positivity and upbeat, good vibes. That's the way to go. That's the way to go, people. Yeah. 100%. That is the way to go. We've got the message here. The message here is we are all for resolving conflict. It's never too late. It's never too late to get rid of the hate, chuck it outside, and shut the gate. Did you like that little saying, people? Yeah, I'll say it again. It's never too late to get rid of the hate, chuck it outside, and shut the gate. So you're chucking the hate outside of the gate. I'll say it one more time. It's never too late to get rid of the hate, chuck it outside, and shut the gate. That was a nice little saying. I hope that one cheered you up, people. I hope that one cheered you up, people. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need many more advocates for peace on the dark corner of YouTube. Advocates for peace on the dark corner of YouTube. I see that. I just looked at it. I'm not really looking at the chat, but I'll see that we've got Gav B there. I think Gav B has got to think about, because I think he would make a tremendous ambassador and advocate for peace. I think he has to reach out with the hand of peace and friendship. Reach out, Gav. Reach out to your I wouldn't say enemies. Reach out if you're in conflict. If you're actually in conflict at the moment with others or other, reach out with the hand of peace and friendship. Be the bigger man, and resolve any conflict you have through communication and talk. Parley. That's French for talk. Parley with anybody you have conflict with. Resolve the conflict by being the bigger man and reaching out with the hand of friendship and peace. Yeah, that is the way to do it. I think that I actually think that Gav B is somebody that could do that. I've got faith in you, Gav, to be the bigger man and reach out with the hand of friendship and peace and resolve the conflict with whoever you're having conflict with at the moment, because you are somebody who has got the resolve to resolve the conflict. You have got it within your capabilities to resolve the conflict, and I have got every faith that you could reach out and resolve the conflict. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. You know what I mean? You have been a fantastic advocate with your story. You know, your story with the conquering the addiction over I don't know, was it 18 months or whatever? I don't know the exact time frame, but a wonderful example to people who are fighting against addiction of what is possible. Now, what you can do, sir, in this dark corner of YouTube is take things to another level by resolving conflict. You see, you've got the mental strength and you've got the tools, skills and abilities to conquer your addiction. Now you can be the bigger man and make progress by reaching out with the hand of friendship and peace to your people you are in conflict with, or person, or whoever it is. I know you've got some sort of conflict going on, but you could maybe reach out and just resolve it through talking, parley. Have a talk with the person, have it out. You might not get on with each other, but try and resolve it. You know what I mean? Like that is what I would think would be a good outcome. That would be an excellent outcome, and it would do you the world of good as well. Because, like, at the end of the day, look, not all conflict has to be resolved through physical means, i.e. bare knuckle boxing, square goes, or even boxing matches in the rings. This can all be avoided by resolving conflict through mediation and mediation and conversation. I think the best thing, this is the only way I can see you resolving conflict, Gav, if you don't mind me talking out loud. I know I'm sort of sticking my oar in here a bit, but because I see you're such an ambassador for resolving your own addiction stuff and all that, and you've got that mental strength to do such a thing, that I think the only way I think you can resolve this conflict with the person you've got conflict with. But the way I see how it can be resolved, right? What you've got to do is you and the other person you're having conflict with, yeah, have got to talk. I'm talking about if you do it on a panel, right? It's got to be you and the other person, not a slanging match, right? A bit like I said, the two of you take turns. One talks, one listens, the other one talks, the other one listens. Back and forth. You take your time, you've got plenty of time. Nobody else jumps on the panel. The two of you just talk to each other. Yeah, you might not, like, how can I put it? You might not be all friendly, buddy at the end of the conversation, but you could come to some sort of agreement where you sort of get things out in the open, whatever it is, it's bugging each other, and get to a stage where you only sniping back and forth at each other and resolve the conflict. Where you have an agreement or something, you don't say this and don't talk about me about that and that, and you can try and resolve the conflict. Both of two people can resolve conflict. It's perfectly feasible, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that you and the other person you're having a ding dong with can come to an agreement. You can, as I say, the best thing today would be just a one-to-one chat on a panel, but with nobody else butting in. Yeah, no channel host butting in or whatever. And you have a one-to-one talk, not a slanging match and all that. Just a back and forth for however long it takes. Yeah. And you resolve the conflict. For both of you are happy and satisfied by some sort of agreement. Do you get me? I don't think that's too much of a ask. But whilst you are, I don't know, whilst you are in this back and forth thing, it's just going to go on and on, isn't it? And it's negative, and it's not really achieving nothing. I think for both parties, it doesn't achieve nothing. And I think both parties could be big enough and noble enough to resolve it. Do you know what I mean? Like, have an amicable discussion, get your stuff out in the open. Yeah, no screaming at each other or shouting or arguing. Just have a nice long conversation back and forth and discuss all the stuff. And then come to, as I say, you might not be all friendly and that, but you come to some sort of resolution at the end of speaking to each other. Agreement. I won't say this, I won't say that, or whatever. I don't know how it would pan out. But it could pan out that you will have a resolution to the conflict. Do you get what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think basically it is, but this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying, Gav, is that you look. It takes somebody to make the first. What do you call it? The first. I'm trying to think of this word. The first step. The first step. It takes somebody big enough to do the first step. I don't know if I should put the link out and get Gav on. Gav. I don't know if you'll want to come on, Gav. And I'll just have a one-to-one with you, and I'll tell you, we can talk about it, me and you. Right. Let me know in the chat if you want to pop on for a one-to-one with me, Gav, and I'll give you my sort of and also just talk it. All right, right. I'm going to put the link in, get Gav on, and then we can discuss the possibilities of him getting into some sort of resolution where. Let me just get the link for you, Gav. Yeah, it's just going to be me and you, mate. Nobody else. Yeah. Let's see if we can get the thing. Right, let's see. Right, I'm just doing this at the moment. Yeah. We'll have a little conversation, see if we can sort something out here. Let's see if this works. I think that's the link, yeah. Well, we'll have a conversation, yeah. See if we can make some progress on this. Right. Let me just get. All right, Gav. You can turn your camera off, mate, and I'll stick you on, yeah. All right, I'm going to stick Gav on the thing, yeah.
Morning, Jock, my pal. How are you doing?
I'm good, Gav. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate your opinion on all this stuff, man. And to be honest, I can't really be doing it myself. So I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying.
Yep.
For me, Jock, for me, it's like I don't think he wants that. He wants to keep it going, but he wants the drama. That's what I believe,
Well, see, you're seeing it from, like, your perspective, like, but when other people see things, like, they could see things, like, how can I put it, differently, you know what I mean? Like, see, in the moment, like, it's a two-way thing, in it, like.
It's definitely just me and him. Definitely, yeah. I've no problem with anybody else yet.
No, but what I'm saying is, yeah, but it's like back and forth in it, if you know what I mean. Like, so at the minute, it's a 50-50 thing, if you get me.
Right, yeah. I agree with that.
Because
It doesn't matter who's done the most wrong or any of that stuff. It's a 50-50 thing because we're both going to each other. Totally.
Yeah, it's like, you know, and what I'm getting at is like, I think between both of you, like the two of you, I think, this is just my personal opinion, I think the two of you could resolve it. You know, I know you're probably thinking the opposite or whatever, because you're caught up in it. You know, you're part of it. You're 50%, he's 50. You're back and forth at each other. So you're not seeing what other people see, or the possibilities that things could be resolved. Do you get me?
Yeah, I understand that. I'm open to it. See, when we've had back and forth on his community posts and things like that, I've always said to him, look, God bless and all that at the end of my comments, just to show that there isn't really a hatred there. I'm trying to show that I am changing the way I am and stuff, but I'm still Gav, and if he really, really wants it that much, let's fucking do it, and he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it, Jock, and I wouldn't want to date online. If he wants to date that way, take it offline. He's not capable. So I'm better just leaving it. But if he wants to sort it online and sort it in an amicable way, I'm open to that.
Well, look, I think really, this is only my opinion, but I think, like, you've got, this is for anybody. Like, I don't think this stuff off YouTube stuff's the way to go. You know, I think, like, it's just like YouTube things get a bit out of control. You know what I mean? Like, and I think
Yeah.
you can resolve your differences. You know, this like arguments or whatever it is back and forth. I think you can sort something out. I mean, I think it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Right? The two you could like sort something out. You know?
If that did happen, Jockney, right, and we managed to have a one-to-one, if he wants it online, whatever, right, offline, a one-to-one, I don't think we'll ever get on, right? But if we're to agree not to mention each other, I would, if that was the final conclusion to this amicable arrangement, or this chat back and forth, we put all his back up, because he never comes and chat, he never comes up against me when he's not got his back up. And no scoring points here, it's just facts, it's all documented, I would be open to that, just to say, look, that's it, we'll never agree, but like, let's just leave each other alone. I would agree to that. I would agree to that.
Oh, that sounds quite a good. It looks like you've got the how can I put it? You've got the right sort of mindset for it. You know, you sort something out. It's definitely. Uh, I mean, I think basically for you two to resolve the situation, it's somewhere on this YouTube or whatever. You've got to talk to each other. But like I say, these panels where they're all shouting at each other and somebody just jumps on, it's not going to get resolved like that. Do you get me? Like it's got to
Nah,
be like
nah,
it's got
nah,
to
it's
be
no.
like see me and you at the minute. It's just me and you, and it's got to be like just you and him. Like if you know what I mean. Like
Aye.
like
Jock me, you're 100%. It'd be tough to be like that, but is he willing? Is he willing to do that? And but then
well,
at the same time, Jock me, right? Are we just playing to the masses again by doing that? Are we just folk will watch to see what fucking happens, and that's no what it is for me with him. I like kind of banter and I like kind of bit hangy with the chat and on panels, right? But in
uh,
that situation, people will watch that to see what happens, and it's between me and him at the end of the day, yeah.
yeah. But see, the thing is, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you like, look, you could either like you could agree, right? Either do it on a neutral channel, right, where somebody just gets used to jump on the panel, right, but they're not on the panel, right, and it's just you and him like talking to each other, yeah. Or else you could do it like on like say your channel. You could do a live, and he jumps onto your live, and it's just used to like talking on your channel. Or else he could do a live on his channel, and you could jump onto his panel. Do you get
Aye,
what I mean? It's
aye,
all
I'd be
about.
open to that. I'd be open to
It's,
that, definitely.
see,
The
it's
only
all about.
lives I've ever done is YouTube lives. I've never done StreamYards, but if he was to do a live, or even somebody just neutral, just for us to, I'd be open to doing that with him. I don't know where we would get to if we would resolve anything, but we're never going to be friends. I can't see that fucking happening. You know, there's too much water under the bridge. But if it was I'm open to just him no fucking mention me another way, vice versa. I'm open to that. That's what I'm open to.
Well, see that's it. So the thing is, like, is all you need to do, like, somewhere along the line, just agree that you're going to do a like one to one on YouTube somewhere, and uh, take it from there. You know, look, if you try, you can only try and see what happens in it. Nothing
Yeah,
ventured, nothing gained.
I would rather take it offline. I'll tell you something, right? And this is the first time I've admitted that, right? I was on Zeus's channel, you know, Jim Zeus's channel.
Yeah.
I was on his earlier today. I don't know what time of the day. I didn't come on YouTube as much as I used to, Jock me. I was in there for 10 or 15 minutes or so, and then I came on the night, just I can't sleep, man. Sometimes I'm like that. And Fly Me to the Moon was on the panel as well. Fly Me to the Moon went away. And Zeus goes, "Can I ask you something, Gav?" I goes, "Anything, man. I'm open to folk asking me questions, yeah." And he goes, "Why
Yeah.
do you go on their panels?" And I says, "Look, I've been triggered in the past, but the last year and a half I haven't been, and I do go in there to wind them up, right? Because I know he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. He's proved time and time again he doesn't want it, and that's on me. That's on me. You know what I mean? But then it is a 50-50 thing. He's doing the same thing to me.
Aye. Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking I mean, I don't know, probably you're mentally strong and all that, but this sort of, see all this sort of, this sort of stuff, especially if you've got you're having a back and forth with somebody, it's like that, like it's never ending, in it, like you and the other guy, like it's never ending, and it's no good for the mindset, you know, the negative in it, you know, you've got negative mindset sort
Yeah,
of thing.
that
So
that's
you,
that's that's temporary. Me, Jock. Me, see, when I first came on YouTube, it did affect me in one life slightly, but now it's like temporary. I come offline and I just do my usual things that calm me in my
yeah,
life. You can imagine what I do just to calm myself, slow my thinking down, and I forget about it. But you're right. I didn't
well,
want to be affecting somebody else's personal life anymore. You know what I mean? Because of the journey I'm on, with forgiving and all that. Because I forgive him for everything he said, and he said some horrible fucking shit about me and his pals. So
aye.
I forgave them. You know what I mean? They've looked about my Facebook and done all sorts of stuff. I could keep going on with this stuff, but I forgive them, and I've been doing that the last year and a half, and that's what keeps me from no taking into my real life. I still live a normal
Yeah.
life, you know what I mean? But I don't want to affect other people, Jock. You're right. You're right.
Well, the thing is, as well, is nothing lasts forever. And what I'm trying to say is like, see this back and forth. You've got like both of you like back and forth. It's no good for either. Like I'm talking about, you know, negative mindsets and people's psyche. You know, I know you're saying like I can turn it off when I go offline and all that, but it's still, it's like when you come back on YouTube, you're thinking it's the negativity is going to come back in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because you're in the
Uh,
environment. So these people are all in this corner or whatever you want to call it, and you're all going to come across each other at some point or whatever.
yeah,
Do you get me? There's no getting away
yeah.
from it. Like,
See, Jock, mate, the weekend there, right? The reason, when I was going down to Blackpool, right? The reason I put that out there, right, was I've travelled you know Scotland, right? You know how far it is to Blackpool, 4 hours travelling or whatever, right? I've travelled 4 hours. If he can't travel a fucking hour to come and see me, it's just proof that I've known all along he's no willing. He wants me to go to Liverpool. Why does he want me to go to Liverpool? You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, that's done me now. I'm no interested. I know he'll never ever meet me. If he wants to do a one-on-one and sort it that way on a panel and just agree to disagree and move on, no mention each other, I'd be willing to do that.
yeah, well, I think,
I've proved my point, Jockney. I've proved my point. He doesn't want it. And I didn't really want to go down that path either anymore. I've been to jail and stuff. I didn't want to go back to jail. But if you want to fucking call me a beast and all the rest of it, that's going to bring the fucking bear out, I mean,
well, I don't think it would really achieve anything. You know, this fighting stuff, like, it really, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that, you know? Whether it's bare knuckle, square goals, even boxing ring. Is this what would that achieve? Do you know what I mean? Like, what would that achieve? I don't think it would really.
Jock, me, I get your point. I'm 47 now, man. I've had my scraps here and there over the years. I'm a granddad. Jock me, I'm a granddad, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? What the fuck,
But the thing is, as well, listen, Gav, this is only YouTube. You know what's it all about? Like,
I know. I know.
it's crazy, isn't it, man?
See the way he's brought my thinking out sometimes. He wouldn't say that to my face, and that's the only thing that annoys me. He thinks he can say anything he wants, but you're right as well. It's only fucking YouTube. You're right, man.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but we've all had some sort of thingy moment like this on YouTube, you know? Like, you know, the thing where you want to have a square go or something with somebody, you know? So it's like people lose, you know, they lose their common sense.
Yeah,
Rational thinking goes out the window, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
thinking
I'm
I'm
not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny, but the other guys probably think as well. What's going on here? You know what I mean? Like it's only YouTube, isn't it? What's it all about? Like, you know?
yeah, yeah. I think that. See, drama doesn't suit me either. You know what I mean? I want a laugh, and I have attempted to go into the chats, have a laugh, through, and I've had flack to other people on different parts of, you know, how there's this part of YouTube and that part on this community, like separate sides, if you like. I didn't like that word, and I've had flack off with people I get on to for going in there in the past, but then it's like they draw me into this back and forth again, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I have put olive branches out, but maybe not to Anton. I don't know. I think I have, but maybe he's the least I've done that way.
Well, you could only try, can't you? At least you'll probably maybe you'll get a message. A message will get to him that you're up for like resolving stuff on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like have a
Yeah,
conversation, and it'll only work. This thing will only work if it's you and him are talking to you know, like on a panel, but nobody's sticking their nose in and
yeah,
getting involved. It won't work, and it won't work like when you jump on a panel and there's other people there. It has to be the two of yous. I mean, look, I've heard the guy. A guy can have a normal conversation, like you know what I mean. Like, so I think that it's well within the realms of possibility that he's both could have a normal conversation without shouting at each other and all that sort of thing. Like you speak, he listens, he speaks, you listen, back and forth. Get all your stuff out in the open or whatever it's bugging you, and then come to some sort of understanding how you can move on in YouTube, resolve conflict between you and have an agreement or whatever, and take it from there, innit? Like that's what I think.
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, since I got into recovery, Jock, now, I've never had a fight with anybody since the 26th of January, 2022, 2022, yeah. And that, like, I was already in recovery, but I wasn't really taking it serious. And then after that, I started taking it serious, yeah. So it's like, it's still there, you know what I mean? But like, I didn't want to bring that out. I didn't. I'm not saying I'm a hard guy. It's just, Jock, you were brought up in Glasgow and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about up here, eh? And Fife's similar, eh? You stick up for yourself and stuff, eh? And that's how we
Aye.
were brought up. That's how we were brought up. And now it's like, I want to move away from that. I want to move away from that macho bullshit, because that's all it is. And I think Anton's just a wee scared boy, yeah, like I was before I went into recovery. Aye, I put this act on, hard man act. I attained me second prizes and first prizes when I fought. You know what I mean? And I'll admit that. I'll admit that. Will he admit that? And I think he's just still a sick boy, a sick, feared boy. That's what I think. But then we need to have that conversation. What does he think about me? Why have we got to this point? And is he wanting to go that deep? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you can only the two of you can only try like and have a chat with each other. I mean, I think he would be probably. I think he. Well, I can't say for sure, like, but I think he would probably be up for it because, I mean, I think like he can have a conversation like without uh, going do lally and all that sort of thing. And I think it's just setting the right atmosphere for the two of you to have a chat with each other. As I say, the only way this would work is the two of you talking to each other, whether it's on a panel, but without anybody else on the panel, it's got to just be used to if it was on an actual panel. And that's how the only way you could resolve it, talking to each other without anybody else sticking their neb in. You know what I mean? Like, you take as long as you need to talk to each other and see if you can come to some sort of resolution, you know, like agreement or whatever, understanding. And I think it's possible, like from both of you. I think it's possible. What do you think?
From me, I can't answer him, Jockney. I can't. He would have to. Somebody else or yourself would have to speak to him on a one-to-one basis and ask him if he's willing to try that.
Uh, well, they might get the message. Somebody might get back to him or something like this. This live, I don't delete my lives, like, you know. So
He'll definitely get the message. There'll be somebody that's watching that'll tell on it. So,
yeah,
I get you. I get you.
It's like you're coming from a good place on this. It's not like adversarial. It's like to maybe, if it's possible, resolve the conflict. You know what I mean? Like,
can I give you an example of this goodwill I've got, right? See, when he left YouTube months and months ago, and he went away for a couple of months. I don't know if he totally went away or he was watching or whatever, but he disappeared under the. I'm not jumping to any conclusions here, right? He disappeared under the Anton name, right? See, when he put that community post up saying he was leaving, he was fed up with all the bullshit, blah, blah, blah. I actually wished him good luck in the comments. I was like, look, good luck. Fucking make the right decision for yourself. I hold no grudges. And that was a goodwill I offered to him at the time. I can't remember if he commented back or not. He maybe did. But there's my side of the bargain. And that was months and months ago.
oh yeah, well, at least you're coming from a good place, like, so you can only but try. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he gets wind of the idea of having a 1-to-1 with you, with a view to resolving the conflict, that can only be but a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just have to wait and see sort of thing. But you can only try, can't you? Do you know what I mean? Like,
and I think if it came to Jockney, we would have to agree on what a resolution looks like at the start. Because for me, I didn't want to be pals with him. I just
yeah.
The final thing I would want is it's sorted out somehow. We're never going to be pals. I think he would probably agree with that as well. And if he does, I think there could be an opening for some sort of agreement just to leave it, or whatever.
Well, that's it, because there's been loads of people on this sort of dark corner of YouTube, whatever you want to call it, who've squashed beefs. You know what I mean? Like probably bigger beefs than like you and the other guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, so if they can do it, like you can do it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Aye.
so,
I agree with that, and I could think of a couple of examples, but I'm not going to bring them into this conversation.
That's right.
You probably could think of similar ones or the same ones I'm thinking about, but I agree with that.
There's loads, but we won't mention any names about the beefs, but people have quashed beefs and all that sort of stuff. So it's like, as you say, it won't necessarily mean that you're going to be friends or buddies or like each other. But if beefs have been squashed before, like, you have an agreement, like, and it's possible, you know, you could have a resolution to it.
I'd be willing to stick to it, and it wouldn't matter what his pal said or what my pal said. Online pals, that is. I've got some pals fae online that I've met offline now. I've met quite a few people, and they've all been pleasant experiences. They've all been on a mutual understanding, fucking morals, all the rest of it, and it's always been decent. Where was I going with that, Jockney? What were we talking about?
No, I'm just saying that you if you came to a sort of understanding or a resolution to the conflict, you won't necessarily be friends or buddies and all
Yeah,
that. You
yeah,
will be able to squash the beef, and as long as you don't start winding each other up or whatever again, you stick to the sort of agreement, and then it's possible to resolve the conflict. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. That's where I was going with that. If other people mention me, that's no him doing it. But just because it's
That's
one
right.
of his online friends, or what he's met
Yeah,
some of his friends. So yeah,
yeah,
I take people on a one-to-one basis, and I always have. That's why I get on with a lot of people in their chats, and I know sometimes folk will get caught in that crossfire, but a lot of them watch my stuff,
yeah.
comment and stuff, and one-to-one basis. I'm a lone wolf. I've always been a lone wolf.
Aye, aye. See, you're going to get what you said, right? What I'm saying is, you two could resolve the conflict and have an agreement, right, and an understanding, right? But as you say, some people that know you, like, are friendly with you in chats or whatever, right? You can't be held responsible for what they're saying, if they
Yeah,
start doing stuff. And vice versa, if people that are friendly with him to say stuff about you, he can't be responsibility for what they're saying also. So as long
yeah.
as you used to are no saying things about each other, that is the resolution. Right? Do you get
That
what I
that
mean?
that
Like,
that's where I would. That's the conclusion I would want to come to. That's the Yeah, that's what I would want to talk to him. I wouldn't want any more than that. If he wanted to go through stuff that had happened in a calm way, he talked, I talk. We could go through how we got to here. It's up to him. I'm open to that. If we just do it quickly and sort it out, I'm open to that as well.
yeah. See, the thing is, there's a possibility, right? You and him resolve the conflict, right? But people, as I say, from either, whatever you want to call it, you've got friends or whatever in the chats or whatever, they might be still saying things about him, and people in his friends in his chats might be saying things about you, but you only saying nothing about each other because you can't control what other people say. Do you get me?
Exactly, Jockney. Exactly.
But as
Like,
long as you stick to an agreement, used to only saying about each other, because what will happen over a period of time, the people will stop saying things about, like, his people would stop saying things about you, and people who you're friendly with would stop saying things about him because used to only at each other. Do you get me? Get me?
yeah. Jockney, I want to give you a wee example of why none of this really matters anyway, right? Like, I was at my mum's today, right? My mum, my stepdad, my daughter and my granddaughter came in. My granddaughter was sleeping 10 minutes before I had to go. I was going out with my daughter somewhere. And that 10 minutes, I was just staring at my wee granddaughter because her daughter, I love that wee girl to bits, yeah. And then I went away and spent over an hour with my daughter. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters is moments like that in your life that none of this stuff matters. All this hate and all that. It puts that in insignificance.
Aye, aye. Yeah, it puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah,
this is just social media, isn't it? Like an app like YouTube, it's not the real world. Like, the real
yeah,
world's what you just said there, what you just gave us an example of. That's the real world, man.
aye, exactly. And we've got a big day coming up, me and my daughter, on Thursday, an anniversary. You know what I mean? And like, it's hard joking. You know what I mean? And I just need to be there for my daughter and stuff like that. And that's all that matters. Nothing else.
Um,
Nothing else, man.
well, keep that sort of stuff to yourself. Like, don't bother saying too much about that on this
Joke, mate. My
YouTube
my
thing.
friend, my friends and foes they'll know what I'm talking about anyway because I've been open on here
Aye,
anyway.
aye, but you know what I
But
mean? Like,
joke, mate. If somebody uses that against me, who's that on? It's on them, innit?
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm open on here, and that's what my channel's all about. I can't no be open. when I come on panels, it's either for a serious chat like we're having a new job me, or having a
Yep.
laugh. That's it.
Aye. I just think there is an opportunity there, a window of opportunity, and I think it would be great if the two of you could come to some sort of resolution and agreement, because it would be good for other people, like, you know, in this sort of dark corner of YouTube, like to start mending fences and all that. I mean, I know, look, you can have a good conversation like me and you're talking now, like that other guy, he can have a conversation as well, like, you know, like I've heard him, you know, when he's no getting carried away and that, he can have a reasonable conversation. So I think the two of you together, having a one-to-one can definitely, I think, definitely there's a chance that you could come to some agreement or understanding to resolve the conflict. I'm quite optimistic with that. You know, that is a very, very good possibility. So,
You know something, Jock. Me fair play to you for coming up with it. You're the only person that's mentioned doing it this way. Fair play to you for coming up with it. The 50% of the agreement signed. It's only the other 50%. Yeah, that's basically my be all and end all on it now. There, that I'm 50%, he's 50%, 50% signed. He wants to do it that way. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, let's see if the guy gets wind of the idea and see if he's up for it, and then maybe something can be arranged where it's, as I say, nice little chat with each other, just you and him on a panel without anybody else like sticking their nose in or being on the panel, and then you just talk away till you come to some sort of resolution agreement or whatever. You might know you're not going to be friends and buddies, but you'll have an understanding and a resolution to go forward. You know what I mean? Like, I think that is achievable. That is something that can be.
Yeah, I think it is on my side. So we'll see what he thinks of this.
Yeah, that's right.
See, one of the biggest things I've learned the last 3 years, Jockney, right? Walking
Yeah,
away isn't being a shit house. Walking away, like before, I couldn't walk away from anything, and especially like conflict or danger. And where did that get me? Hospitals and jails. That was it. Like,
that's it.
so I'm learning like there's more than one way to be a man, and that probably
Yeah,
wasn't being a good example of a man anyway. You know what I mean?
aye. Okay, well, I think. What do you think? We'll see what happens. See what the sounding is. Yeah, like from. Uh, See if the guy gets back with something somewhere. He might get a message to somebody like that he's up for having a go at it. You know.
Yeah, it could go tits up with the 2 years. We don't. You've got to try. Yeah, you've got to try. And I'm open to the possibilities. I'm open to the yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, I would say, like, I would say the best way to do it is probably either on your channel, you know, your own channel, right, or
Yeah,
else his channel. I mean, his actual channel, no anybody else's channel. Like, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
you know what I'm wanting to joke now? Somebody totally neutral, just to give us their channel. They could be in the chat or whatever, and we could sort it that way. I don't know who would do that. There's quite a few candidates I could think of that.
well, I would
Wouldn't it?
say that like, because like obviously like you've got to get somebody who's really neutral. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I was thinking of somebody like probably. I don't know if Andrew, you know Andrew Gain.
I'm blocked. Hang it, I don't know why. I've been blocked since I came on YouTube. Maybe because of the humble stuff when I first came on. I don't know.
Uh, well, I don't
But
know. Like maybe somebody's. I don't know. Like
I've not got anything personal against how is she described as she? Yeah, I've not got any personal against her. Or, I
I
think
think
it
I
could.
think Anne would I don't know. There's a strong possibility Anne could maybe do a favour and uh,
Because
do it
she would be
on
totally
Anne's
neutral.
channel.
That's a fact. She'd be totally neutral.
Oh yeah, Anne Regine would be totally neutral between you and the other guy. Do you know what I mean? Like because like yeah, Anne Regine I think would be ideal like for a fantastic like channel host doing stuff like that as well. I mean, I would recommend Anne, like if Anne would do that for you. You know what I mean? Like,
If this travels in the community, other people could put their name forward if they were willing to facilitate that. If I'm 50% saying it's up to Anton now, isn't it?
yeah. See, the thing is, like, on that community, that's probably about the only person I could think of that would be like neutral, that both of you would see as being neutral. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
between you two, like,
I would
you
be,
know,
I would be happy to. That's a good shout. What you're saying, I would happy to concede ground with a channel that's more favourite to him, as long as he stayed out of it. I'd be
yeah,
happy
but
with that as well.
but what I'm saying is you might have somebody that starts sticking their nose in when you know what I mean. Like this thing's got to
Yeah,
be that you two are just on the panel and the person's in the back studio. They're no even on the screen. This is the way I see it. They get you on, stick you on the thing like on the panel, and then they go the panel channel owner then jumps in the back studio, just lets you do it. You know what I mean? Like the two
well,
users on the screen.
well, that's it. That's how they got me about 3 weeks ago, Jock. Now, Julian's like, because he blocks me and shuffling unblocks me, and this has been going on for months. And Julian says, "Come up, we'll just have a normal chat." And then he puts the clip up of Buggies with the punch bag, right? Bringing me into somebody else's stuff. None to do with me. Absolutely none to do with me. And because I said, look, it's a joke, it's a fucking punch bag, and Scottish humour can be a bit edgy, right? I did go on to say I wouldn't say that particular joke, and I did go on to say I didn't find it funny. But then they delete that live and then twist the narrative to like I was saying it was funny and all this stuff. I was just stating facts. It's a fucking punch bag. You know what I mean? Right or wrong. Anybody can think what they want about that. It's a fucking punch bag, isn't it?
Uh, well, there's no good going or sorry, how can I say it? There's no good going or things past the
No,
event.
joke. I was just bringing that example up because if I was to go on a channel that favours him, there's an example of what can happen. Other things get brought in, it's got nothing to do with me. So,
But that's what
aye,
that's what
aye.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you is you've got to do it in a channel that's really, really neutral. Like I'm talking about, where both of you would accept the neutrality. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I think the only way it would work is if you go into a channel where whoever's channel it is sticks the two yous on the panel, like we use are the only two people on the panel, right? And they don't say nothing through the whole live till yous have come. They're listening to you and all that, yeah.
Yeah,
And then when yous have come to like the end or something, and they can because they know what's going on, like then they can say, look, if you've got an agreement right near, like or whatever, yous are agreeing this, that, the other, and then like because it's got to end sooner or later, in it, the live, in it can't go on forever. But what I'm trying to say is, but the person who channel it is it, can he be on that panel, if you know what I mean?
aye. It just has to be me and him. Definitely,
Aye, talking back and forth, no,
definitely.
no shouting at each other, just having a conversation because you're going to have loads of time, plenty of time to go through all the stuff or whatever you want to get get out in the open. Do you know what I mean? Like get it off.
Yeah,
your
and
chest and
joke
all
me,
that.
I'm open to resolving it in a minute, and I'm into resolving it in an hour. You know what I mean? Just whatever.
So what you want to do is you want to find out, first of all, if he gets back to you that he's interested in having a go at resolving this, like that idea, you and him, and then you want a neutral, somebody with a neutral channel who would host that sort of thing. I mean, I think Andrew Gein would do that. Like, well, I'm thinking that's the sort of thing Andrew Gein's really good at, like, and Andrew Gein would be really neutral, you know, between you two. Totally neutral, wouldn't it? Like, because Andrew Gein don't really know either of you as such.
There is other channels I can think of as well. I wouldn't mind doing it in Andrew Gein's as well, or Andrew Gein, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's other channels I can think of as well, but yeah, I'd be open to that, man. And let's see
Well,
if this is open. Let's see if this has opened an opportunity. Let's see.
right. If the other guy is up for the idea, you know, if used to having a conversation on a channel, then the next thing is to agree whose channel or whatever you're going to do the chat on, the live stream chat on. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would then have to agree whose channel or whatever. I mean, look, I know you would probably think I wouldn't be neutral because whatever, you know, the other fella. But the thing is, if I was going to be doing, you know, the thing yous are doing, I would just be sticking the two yous on the, you know, like on the live, and I wouldn't be saying nothing. Like I would.
I think you would be a fair facilitator of that, man. I do. Yeah. I don't know
Well,
if you would.
I wouldn't be on this. I wouldn't be on the live at all. Really, I'd be just chucking yous two on the panel until you know you're finished. Like, you know. And then you would probably have to say to me, like, look, that's us, we're going now, or whatever. Then I would sort of maybe right at, you know, the end say, or jump on and you can end the live or something. I wouldn't be nothing to do with the live, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, Jock, mate, I'm open to that as well. 100%. I think you would be fair at that. 100%. And
Well, if I said it before, if I actually started doing something, I would delete. If I said that I was going to start messing about, I would delete my YouTube channel if I actually broke
aye,
that agreement.
that's a good way.
I wouldn't do that. I would delete
Getting that confidence from the other party. That is a good way of doing it.
I would delete my if I'd stick used two on, and if I jumped onto that thing after used two on it, I would delete my channel. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Aye,
because
fair play.
I'm a man of my word, and if I said something like that, I wouldn't have any credibility or anything. I'd just, you know, I'd have to delete my channel. I'd go, look, that's it. But I wouldn't do that. You know, I'd stick these on, and it's up to you to have the discussion and see what happens from there. You know what I mean?
Jock me, you've put it up in the air. You've got me up in your panel. Let's see what comes out of it. And respect for you for putting this out, man. I'm open to these things. I'm willing to just walk away from it. Definitely, man. Definitely, yeah.
All right. Well, let's see if the guy gets back about the idea and see what his feelings are like. If he's up for something, and we'll see what we can sort out, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Jock me, respect my man. Yeah. Thanks
All right.
again. And
yeah, I'm going to call it a night now anyway. Yeah, but it's been quite worthwhile, I think, isn't it? You know, having a little chat about this, see if we can sort something out.
definitely worthwhile. Jock me, good night, my man, and respect,
Aye.
honestly, man. Big up.
Aye,
Chat,
good night,
chat.
Gav.
Whoever's in the chat, good night, everyone, and God bless everyone.
Aye, same to you, Gav. God bless, mate. All the best. Like.
Take it easy, Jock me, pal.
Thank you. Okay, we've got Gav there. Hopefully the other guy will feel up for the resolving this stuff with Gav. You can only but try, innit? You can only but try. Like, yeah, it's good when people make the effort in it. So I'm going to say to if anybody's in the chat or whatever, to everybody in the chat or whatever, have a good night. Yeah, I'm going to go now, call it the night. It's been a late one, but hopefully we might sort something out for Gav and the other fella where he can resolve the conflict. Yeah, good night and God bless to you, Gav, and everybody in the chat. Good night, God bless. Have a good night, be lucky and stay blessed. I'll catch you later. My people, bye for now. Bye.